With lockdowns easing across the world, the virus is making a comeback. South Korea won the first round of the COVID-19 battle, but it's now bracing for a second wave of infections. And that's not the only challenge for this country. Its northern neighbor is acting up. North Korea is drifting away over balloons floated across the border.
South Korea was once hailed as a success story. It had managed to defeat COVID-19. Schools were reopened, normalcy was returning. The country stood out as a glorious example. But with the easing of restrictions and increased violation of social distancing norms, the virus has returned. Health experts have warned of a new spurt, a second wave. 56 new cases were reported on Thursday. If 50 daily cases continue for more than 2 weeks, authorities will have to review rules. But the virus is not the only threat on the Korean peninsula. The neighbor too is acting up. North Korea has snapped all communication with the South. The trigger this time? Balloons. Yes, you heard that right. But these are no ordinary balloons. Not new either. For years, huge balloons have been floated into North Korea by South Korean activists. These balloons carry leaflets that criticize Kim Jong-un. But there is no space for dissent in North Korea. Critics are silenced, defectors are shot down, and balloons are deflated. North Korea has now cut off all cross-border communication lines with South Korea. Pyongyang called it the first step of the determination to completely shut down all contact means with South Korea. Pyongyang says Seoul should have stopped activists from floating these balloons. In response, Seoul has urged defectors to stop sending balloons carrying leaflets and goods to North Korea.
The government will begin strictly controlling activities such as leafletting and sending goods to North Korea and respond strictly to violations in accordance with the law. We hope that private organizations would strictly follow relevant domestic laws.
These balloons have been floated for years. Why take offense now? Experts say it's a sign of North Korea's increasing frustration. First, talks with the US failed and sanctions remained. Now the coronavirus has shut the trade route with China. The US has expressed disappointment with North Korea's decision to stop communication with the South. North Korea says it's not America's place to comment and issued a threat. The North Korean state news agency KCNA quoted Kwon Jong-gun, the Director General for US Affairs at North Korea's Foreign Ministry, as saying, "If the US pokes its nose into others' affairs with careless remarks, far from minding its internal affairs at a time when its political situation is in the worst ever confusion, it may encounter an unpleasant thing hard to deal with." He said America should hold its tongue and address its own domestic problems unless it wants to experience a hair raiser. With these words, tensions are ballooning. The idea of peace on the Korean peninsula continues to drift away. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.